They say when you're surrounded by infinity, make any wish and it will come true. So I'm going to find some infinity. What? I look like Kathy. Is there some intelligence working against me? I am indestructible now. I now have an automated crafting system. Did they make infinity before? It was a thing people talked about. Like, there was that saying. They say, when you're surrounded by infinity, make any wish and it will come true. So, surely that had to come from somewhere, right? I really don't like having a single furnace running on coal powering all of my smelting, especially if I'm going to start expanding it and having more of the more of these ones. Having them in 8s isn't sustainable, especially as that probably means that won't actually craft unless I have 8 diamonds in stock for it to make all 8 at once. So I think what I need to do is find somewhere and start having like racks of machines. What is that? What is that? Hello? Ah! 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 What the hell was that? It's poisonous. I need a glass pane. Well, that was horrible. How did that get here? And why was it on the ledge? And why was it coming for me? This city's got it in for me. Aha! Finally, a use for that building. I can use that to fill it with my machines. Oh no, I was going to use that for the Oh yeah, I was going to use that for this. What other buildings do I have nearby? I've got all the ones in there. That might be good for... that is right next to this one. Yeah, actually, that's a bit far to transport the water, but here and there, perfect. Alright, in that case, that can be my crafting building. I can fill that with machines, not crafting, like smelting and machines building. So fill that with things to... like furnaces and electricity. There's powered furnace, redstone furnace. That could probably do the trick, because I know how they work. I've got the pulverizer and stuff, and they're quite easy to sort of work out what's going in and out. So stick that in there as one of those. That means I also need a machine frame. Stick that through as well. Machine frame needs a tin gear. Stick that through. I don't know if the thing will automatically produce nuggets, but I'll stick that through just in case. I may run out of space very quickly, so that should all be filled. Copper gear. Easy enough. Redstone flux coil. Alright, how full of this am I now? Very quite. Have those crafters finished? Did I... Have they not finished? No, I didn't have the diamonds for it. Yeah, exactly as I feared it. It's going to craft it in 8s, which means I need 8 diamonds in order to actually make any crafters with that. Damn. Do I have enough for this then? Bricks and... Wow. I'm almost out of copper? How is that possible? Because I've got everything in blocks. Okay then. Copper from blocks. Stick that in the last spot. But I also don't have bricks, which need to be cooked. Yeah, I need this sooner rather than later. Grab the bridges and the pliers, and I have an idea for something I can do. I can have like a bridge running alongside here, rather than having to go down and up every time I want to access what will be something essential to up here. If I instead use the fact that I can walk out onto this, eventually I will be walking one level higher, so I will put that at this level and have... Nope, that's too high. Is that too high? No, that's correct. That is correct. Yeah, so I will now ah! Oh yeah, no fall damage. I'll have this going across and just connect to a higher floor. Oh. Who is they? Who is they? That's not even grammatically correct. Who is they? Who is they? Who's who? Who are they? Oh, hello, little one. What are you doing stuck behind a box? You stuck? Yeah. Who is they? I don't know what that means. Yeah. So this goes alongside all of this. Oh, it's actually above. It's above the little clicker. I think I'll have it too wide. Stick those there until I manage to fill it up a bit more. And then I start clipping these off, and I think I will... Ooh. Yeah, I think I will clip off all of these. And I'll just... Oh, I did those the wrong way. Clip off the end ones. And I'm going to need an overhang to stop it from doing that as well. So I'll just put that there for now. Ah, right, I'm sort of in the corner, but that's okay. Oh, it does work. Right, time to clear some vines. Ooh. Gotcha. Ah! Ooh. Gotcha. 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 Yeah. I mean, the advantage is I don't need to worry about fall damage at all. That's a problem. There. Clear. I don't know if it cleared the other sides, but I don't really care about them. I see this side. Awesome. Ah! What? Wow. That was odd. Huh. Clear away some more of this just to make it a bit cleaner. Also, I can get rid of those now. Yeah! There. Have I cleared that building? I don't know, but there's an ordinary chest there. Empty. Have I cleared here? I assume so. I don't see anything. I think I did. I think I vaguely remember clearing the one at the end of this run. Alright, I'll just brick it up and assume it's fine for now. If it is okay, I should light it up so that exploders don't be a problem. Don't become a problem, rather. Okay, yeah, I didn't clear the vines on that side, but that's fine. That actually lines up really, really well. It didn't occur to me that going up a step here brought it up to level with that in the same way as I have to go up a step here. Huh, that's actually turned out really nicely for me. Up to 3 diamonds now. I'm going to swap these back to 1-to-1. Because although it is less efficient in terms of coal, it means that I don't have to wait until the end of the bloody world again before I can start producing them. Alright, I'll leave sand and glass, sand and stone like that, but those can just go in. Can you craft 2 crafters for me? That should probably be enough. And then that's got to wait for the smelting. Oh wow, are they done now? Well, they are. Cool. So I need the brick. Put those back in. And from that, I need the brick. And now I should be able to request, 4 furnaces? Ah, yeah. Am I... Seriously? I'm out of copper again? No, I have lots of copper. So why does it say I'm out of copper? Because that's asking for a waxed block of copper. That's not right. Block of copper. Yeah, I chose the wrong one, I think. Okay, now try again. 5 furnaces. Yep. Absolutely tons. Fantastic. I don't have cable. I have universal cable, but not this kind of cable. Refined storage cable. Stick that in there and get a pattern for that. What do you mean machine doesn't accept item? What do you mean machine doesn't accept item? Yeah, because it's already cooking something else. That's why it doesn't accept the item. This is why I need multiple of the things. I need to have whole racks of them. But I can't have whole racks of them connected to this. Surely they'll still... Okay, the smart thing would probably be to have, like, bulk items separated out. So, like, one does stone, one does glass, one does brick. And then also separate these out? Or... put them together? I don't know. Like, I wish I could have, like, a whole rack of them. Well, maybe I can. Maybe I can. Maybe I can have a whole rack of them. And they, like, with logistics ones. So I can have, like, a whole rack of furnaces, rather than having them individually prepped like this. But I think they need to be individually prepped. Can I... Alright, I need to do some tests. Importer, and exporter, and interface. Almost out of patterns again. Can you give me an interface to play with? Yeah. But I'm missing the diamonds to make another crafter, so I believe this one is empty. Yep, I'll just borrow this for testing purposes. So, say I have 2 furnaces here and here. And I set them both so that in the back they accept the input. Like so. So that's on the back. I then put an interface here and a crafter there. Yeah, so the crafter does recognize the interface. And then what I can do, if I have the cable, is I can connect this together so that, yeah, it's going to get tricky, but if I mean, I shouldn't need that many interfaces, should I? I'm probably going to have a similar problem with the infusion. Although this can connect to them directly, I need to fill 8 separate things in a specific order in specific places. So I'm probably going to need like 2 interfaces. Or do I need does it need to be an interface? Yeah, because it needs to be the import-export. Does it need to be the import-export? Yeah, I think it does need to be the import-export. So if I have some logistics, and what I do is I connect those to there, and to there as well, and have the top be the output, like so. So what it should do, and I'll have like a whole rack of these, is the hope, is that if I put this, let's borrow 3 different things, or 2 different things. 2 different things en masse. No, alright, I'll put in 3 different things, and then I'll see how it handles 3 different things going to 2 furnaces. So this should, if I set that to output and put these to output, I need to power them as well. Very messy, but it'll do for the test. Sorry guys, I'm cluttering again. So these are now powered, and these should, if I'm correct in my understanding, if I request these, it should send the parts for them down to the interface. The interface should then deposit them into here, because that's what it does here. Like, I don't need to put anything... Oh, do I need the crafting upgrade in there? I might? Yeah, I think I probably do. 2 crafting tables and an up... Oh. Right. Doesn't have them, but it can make them. Progress is hard, Kathy. There's just so many little bits to do. But hopefully when this is set up, I won't need to do it again. But I do keep saying that, don't I, Powder? I do keep thinking, oh yeah, when it's done, I won't need to do it. But then again, the water is infinite. That worked. I managed to solve the water problem quite conclusively, I think. Can you make 64 glass as well? How much sand do I have now? Not a lot, but that's okay. It is generating that. It occurs to me that I could also set up like pulverizers or something to make sand without having to go through the slow process of strainers. They were useful at the beginning when I needed that sort of thing. But now I can effectively generate infinite sand and cobblestone and glass and all of these things. It is useful for the clay, though, that I will admit that. Can I make clay plants? No, but I can use dirt and water essence to create clay. So effectively, yes. Ah, that is now out of power. So coal. I'll just stick a stack in here, but this should be the last stack of this I need to do. I've just realised that I can't request that because that is in the wrong one, so I'll stick that back in there for now. I think in the process to make this thing, I proved I needed it. Oh, I haven't even finished making it. Crafting. Upgrade. There, bloody hell. Because it didn't make this when I requested it in here. But I had to transfer it back to this one, which was fed by one with the crafting upgrade. Right. So this should now all work as expected. I should be able to request the processors, and it will send them to make here. So we currently have no processors in stock. If I say make me 2 of those, and 2 of those, and 1 of those, because diamonds are sparse. Is it doing that? No. Why not? Maybe the interface isn't actually required in this case. Like, maybe the interface in this loop is just being used as a drop-off point. In which case, the stuff is coming out of the crafter and into the furnace. In which case, this doesn't help. Even though I'm telling it that if you send the components for this to here, it will craft it. It isn't doing that. Alright, slightly different strategy. If these go into a chest instead of an interface, because the interface doesn't seem to like things going into it, and I think here it's bypassed entirely. It's just part of the cable network, and therefore it comes out of that. But if I put it into this, and then export back into that, does that work? 2 of those, 2 of those, and 1 of those. Any work over here? Yes, that one worked. Because it's deposited the stuff into there, and then as soon as it's freed up, it opens into a... I did it, Dash! I did it! So it does seem it needs to go into like a dumb auto mode here, but that will allow me to connect multiple chests. So I had the basic idea right, but I misunderstood the function of the interface. So is this crafting upgrade even doing anything? If this is essentially just an importer at this stage. So I probably don't need an interface with all of the expensive things that requires an importer and an exporter. So I can probably just use... What is the point of the interface then? It's got to be the use of the export as well, right? I guess the way to check if this is needed is to remove that and see if it'll still make stone for me. Is there any stone in there now? There is. Okay, make me... Let's go with 8 stone. Alright, yeah, it doesn't need the crafting upgrade, so that must be for something else. This is one of the few things that this actually goes into, so... How is it used? I wonder if this thing is able to actually craft. Like, it can probably only do dumb crafting. I don't think it can do, like... I'd be surprised if it could do complex crafting like the crafter can, but then again, even complex crafting isn't that complex. You could just do it with 4 bits of wood. So, how does this work? Like, so that just produces iron bars if I put that there. And then I can request them. So if I set that to 2, there are 2 iron bars there. How is that helpful? And if they just get put back in. Can you make me an importer and an exporter? So I've got an importer and an exporter on this. The exporter does what? You put something in there and it continually exports it. The importer continually imports on a blacklist. So if I put iron in there, this thing... No, because the interface itself functions as an importer. So if I stop the interface itself from working, the interface fills up with iron. Because that isn't allowed to import it, and that is constantly exporting it. I mean, so far so dumb. And so, you know, guys, I'm not using dumb as an insult. It's like it's like an engineering thing. You have like smart systems and dumb systems. Dumb systems don't put any like logic into their actions. They just perform the same task repeatedly without intelligence, basically. I'm sorry. I don't mean any kind of... No, I wasn't like implying that you just play music without intelligence, Kathy. I love your music. I'm sorry. I didn't... I'm just talking about these machines. Honestly, I have no idea if she was offended or just walked away. So yes, these do function like dumb importers and exporters, and this thing functions as both in a single block. How can that craft then? What if I set it to export iron nuggets when there are none in there? That's set to... That... Okay. There are no iron nuggets in there. Was there one in there still? I thought I took them all out. Set that to a stack. Put the iron back in. Anything? With the crafting upgrade? Oh! Interesting. So there are no iron nuggets in there. And there are 64 iron nuggets here. If I get rid of that, it then creates... It's like it is a dumb crafter. It creates them because it's saying it's supposed to be exporting them. Well, can you just do that with this, surely? If I put in... no, you can't specify numbers with this one. So this one, that's a dumb exporter. This is a slightly less dumb exporter. So this one you can set exact numbers for things. So I can say, yep, I always want 64 iron nuggets here. How does that help? Why is that not importing them now? Because surely that should be importing these, because that's an inventory, right? Or is that not an inventory? What is this? Is that just the out tray? Right. So the interface functions as a dumb importer, a dumb exporter, a slightly less dumb exporter because you can set numbers for things, presumably numbers for things on input as well? No, of course the input's just a dropping off spot, but that is something that it is not in this one. It is a blacklist in this. So yes, it is a slightly less dumb importer and exporter with a drop-off tray. How does that help me? What's an external storage? That's one of the few things in here that I still don't know anything about. And the relay and transmitter. I think the transmitter and receiver are for a wireless connection. That's simple enough. But what's a relay? And a detector? A disk manipulator? It's got disk slots on it, so I assume that is to do with storage disks. Alright, I guess I'll try making an external storage just to find out what it bloody is. There. External storage. So this access type insert and extract. So this is what? and external storage? Should you put it on a chest? Priority. It clearly connects to something and then has a storage capacity. But it doesn't seem to like take the storage capacity from whatever it's attached to. What if I put something in here? No, that's a blacklist. So it does extract or insert into an attached thing. I need cable. Oh, now that says 1.7. Is that how much I have spare? That'd be interesting. Over here. No, not even slightly. I have like 9,000 spare. Oh, or is that how much is spare in there? If I put this in here. Yeah, that's the space in the chest. So the chest becomes external storage for the computer system. So if I now ask for stone, there's 42 in there. And it took them from there. So if I put them in there... And do they go back in there? No. So it seems it's like a one-way thing, so I can attach that to a chest, and it will function as a one-way connector to the chest to access the contents. I do come back to that question, how does that help me in this situation? But, I mean, there's nothing saying it is going to. Unless I attach it to this. Theoretically, this thing should act as its own import. If I attach an external storage to this... Well, it's seeing that there are 64 in there. Insert and extract. Insert only? Extract only. Okay, now there are 130 in here. Did I put those in there? Are those the ones I made? Oh! Is that because of that? I don't understand why it's doing that. Let's say 69. So there are always 69 in here. So now if I... That's producing more iron. I don't understand what I'm looking at here. If I take out the iron, what happens? Nothing, because I didn't put an iron crafting recipe in here. So it can create the ingots. It can create the nuggets, but it can't reverse it. So if I put in iron and turn that into a pattern, stick the pattern in there. So when I go down, I'm expecting there to be lots of iron in here. It is creating iron up to 16, it seems, using the nuggets in there. I just don't understand why it stops. Like, surely if this has these things in it, why is it not continually extracting them? Oh! It's not continually extracting them because that is now full. So if I take out the ingots from there, it will then... No, nothing happened. Hi, Kathy. Did you forgive me? She gave me a hug, so I think so. No? What if I take the nuggets out of there? And then put them back in. And the nuggets. And the nuggets. Alright, so that's now empty of nuggets. I will work this out. I feel like I'm on the verge of understanding this. Alright, if I put all the iron back in, what does it do? It breaks down the iron I've just put in order to get the nuggets. And the iron bag. So if I take out some of those, take out some more... is now constantly in flux between them. So yes, the reason this stops is because it has reached the capacity. What this is saying is that there should always be 64 iron nuggets and 16 iron ingots in this interface. It's struggling because there is not enough iron in the network to complete the circuit. If I put in literally 2 more ingots, this will stabilize. And that's because there are now those in there. Any excess ones get added into here. So why are there 16 in there? If I take out 8 from there... So it is doing what I was saying. It's breaking down the iron. No, it's turning the nuggets into iron, so that there is. It's desperately trying to get the 16 and the 64. So if I just put all of these back in here, when it has the 16 and the 64, the interface does nothing. It is content. It is happy. And then in here, you get any excess. So, I mean, iron and iron nuggets is a really weird thing for me to be doing as an example for this. So if I get rid of those, it then imports those into the network because there's nothing saying they should be in here. But theoretically, I could use this to set minimums. So if I have, like, this is a weird example because iron is itself a precious thing that I sort of need in quantity in here. I don't need to say, oh yes, I must always have 16 in here. But if I say, like, birch planks, that's something that I probably need to just keep them in, or I could keep them in. So, yeah, birch wood, I've run out of patterns. Birch wood doesn't need to be exact, but that will create birch planks. So now if I go down to here, and I say birch planks, and I just get one, because that's all I need to set this thing going, increase that up to 64, it then crafts enough so that there are 64 planks there. And then that way, there are 64 planks in here, and if I take those out, it will import them from it will import them from this, so that there are then again the 64 that it's just imported, and then it will craft as many as it needs to fill this back up. So this will essentially mean that there are always 64 birch planks in here, at least. That is a bizarre little system. Very, very handy, but external storage to a dumb self-crafting interface. This is a really, really bizarre system they used to use, Kathy. Really bizarre. The plus side is can I do this? Presumably I can do this with lots of things. Basically anything that I have a pattern for, I can then set up to dumb craft like that. So I could use one interface to, like, make sure I've got 64 planks, and I literally cannot think of anything else that I need in set quantity. Oh, cable. I mean, I can do this, I guess, and say, yeah, keep 64 of each of these in at all times. And then it will craft up as many as it needs to make sure that's happening. Cable. Yeah, see, it's crafted up these. And the logistics. It can't do that. Why not? What does the logistics need? Because it's run out of basic control circuit. But if I had the infuser connected, it could then craft those. So yes, this is the interface isn't a bloody system to use to import stuff. That's a bizarre use of what is actually a very useful thing. So I can just have an importer here because that doesn't serve the exporting function that I thought it did. That all goes through the crafter, as shown here. But if I have this thing set up to automatically... I mean, it's not an interface. I'm not using it to bloody interface with anything apart from the crafting upgrade. What a bizarre system, Powder. But, anyway, I don't know if that made any sense to you guys. It makes sense to me, eventually. Got round it. Why does it make sense to me? Why can I understand this a hell of a lot better than I can understand rain? Big white bear things. Why do I get this and I don't get that? Alright, well, I guess I need to set these up somewhere as well. Probably somewhere closer to home if they are quite small. Like, oh, I could put them in this corner. Yeah, I could just put them in that corner, have them... I can't have them in that corner. because that's where the power is. Here? Yeah, I can just have it running along here to connect to this system under here. No, not there. I'll probably just have it go along to that thing over there. Just to connect it. And then, yeah, I can just have it under here. There. And connect it with the external storage going into the, like, out of the bottom of it. As long as I make sure this is set to extract only, I assume, so it doesn't interfere with the import. Yes, no, I've no idea. Whatever, it's fine. It works like this. I'm just not gonna play with it further. And then I can just stick the excess ones in here to import. Yeah, why not? Very slow. But the bottom line is I can now connect multiple furnaces up to this.